experienced immersive entertainment center are in Gloucestershire Premier. It's a place where you are able to experience virtual reality you cannot get at home, such as driving simulators that are multiplayer for you to be able to have some fun races with your friends, and some other activities that they have there that you just are not able to get at home. If you are in that area, give these guys a visit. Their website is brxpuk.com, and they have really fun, engaging activities. Thank you, VR Experience, for sponsoring this event.
Three, two, one.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the final of the Mix Cup. For those of you who don't know what the Mix Cup is a tournament that we're running from BR Play Park here in the Czech Republic, Radom Vaslevsky Náměstí, and we have been running it now all through February. And what we did this time is we paired up more experienced players with less experienced players, put them together in a team, got them to get to know each other in order to compete for the title. And so what you're going to be seeing tonight is the four best captains with the four best new players coming up right up until the end and battling it out for the final of the night. And so tonight's matches are really, really interesting, and we need to definitely cover a couple of things for you to be able to understand the game better, and that starts with the map. So let's go ahead and play the map video for you guys to understand a little bit better what the map dynamics are. Alrighty, so in this map, Sebitus, like I said before, is a very flat map with three columns going down every direction. And please do keep an eye here on fire player number 1. And what you will see here is him controlling the middle of the field. So what he's going to be jumping around now. This is the middle of the field. And no matter what, this is a position that you don't want to give up. And the reason why is because when you begin giving up this position, and you are being pushed back into your own side of the map, then it's going to be really, really difficult for you to not see yourself trapped all the way in the back. And so right here, what you're going to see from player number 1 is he's going to be able to just take on a couple enemies, continue to be playing on that front line, and then when he scores a point, he's going to just push on that front side. And like I said, it's very important that anytime you lose part of that center field, you one more time push the players out to the back and then begin pushing on the towers. And that's exactly what number 1 is going to be doing here. So now he's penetrating all the way on the back, and now he basically has a really clear shot across the opponent. Like you guys see there, he also took out player number 1, nice. And now he's going to go into the center, and now they're basically trapped. And so now player number 1 from Fire Team has complete control of the map. He's able to move very easily between the positions, and now Ice is just up against the back, and they're going to be losing some points. And this is not a position that you want to see yourself in, because then the players will begin taking down barriers, and later on in the map it will be really, really hard for them to be able to come back. So this is something that you want to watch out for. Once again, you want to keep control, and you want to not allow the opponent to push it to the back. So exactly, we just wanted to start off with a little explanation of the map dynamics, and the reason why that is because tonight matches are very much going to come down to who understands those dynamics the best, and who has been able to, who from the captains has been able to explain to their new player what it is the best way to approach Servitus. Like we said, there Servitus is a very flat map. It has the three lines going in a row, and tonight's first match is happening between Pictai and Fitch teams, and on Pictai team you have Pikpukpak and Hekenati, and on Fitch team you have Phil and Patch Patch. Both of these players, both Pikpukpak and Phil, are really strong players. They know how to play the game really well. They understand all of the angles. They understand all of the strategies. And I think that at this point it's safe to say that Hekenatai and Patch Patch are also up to speed. And so it really is going to come down to how well they play as a team, how well they go back and heal each other. And that's one of the really important things about it too. Like I said there with covering of the map, you do not want to be pushed up against the back. That's one of the main things that you do not want to have happen to you. But the other thing that's going to be really important is A, you do not want to be attacking on the opponents if you're singled out. So if you happen to take a loss from your team and your team has been going out, he's going to be respawning and rejoining your team after a couple of seconds. You don't want to be attacking at that point. You want to just recede a little bit, wait for your partner to come back so that you're attacking together. And then the other thing that's going to be even more key is that if one of the players does get shot and they lose a little bit of energy, going back and getting heal and not giving up that point is also going to be super, super important, because it really is going to come down to who's going to need to make the risk to be able to score those points. And when you're trying to make risk to score points, you're just leaving yourself in a more open position that's more difficult for you to be able to manage, right? You don't want to be down on score, because then you're fighting to be able to get back that score. And so the opposing team can definitely just play a lot more defensively, and you have teams in here that are going to be really good at playing defensively throughout the entire night, but definitely at the second match. But for this first match, it's really important to say Phil is one of the people who he's one of the people behind the game. He has a professional background in paintball, and so he's real. You can see that in his playstyle and how accurate he is when he's attacking the opponents. And so you definitely watch out for him moving and then attacking directly. But Pikpukpak is also just like a really great long-range shooter. You're going to see him most likely make some of the points from a distance, which in this case is what the game calls as sniper shots. And so you have a couple of things you can do there. Headshots directly, which take up all of the energy, and 2 shots to the face will get you to go out. Or you can do this long-range shots, which is a sniper shot, and again you're looking to be able to make contact. But let's go over to the lobby now. I can see that the players are there, almost ready to go, and this should be really, really interesting to watch. And like I said, it's really gonna come down to who from the two teams communicates better and is able to have a much well-established coordination between what it is that they're gonna do. And so right here on Team Ice, you're gonna have Pikpukpak and Kekenati. And like I said, Pikpukpak is just he's a really long-range good dude with the sniper shots. He can also be very aggressive up in the front, and he's been playing for a while. He's part of Izrakun's team, and they are always placing really high whenever there's competition. So he definitely knows what he's doing. He actually, I think, I'm pretty sure Pikpukpak won second place along with Vinehor for the previous tournament that was held, and so he knows how to compete. This is not his first time around, so he's going to be able to control his breathing, and and that's going to be something that's really interesting. We actually had some feedback from Kekenati today regarding his heart rate, and he gave us some really good data on how it is like a sport. He's burning a lot of calories doing it, and his heart rate is just off the roof. And in tournaments, it has to do with the fact that your adrenaline hits, and you just don't want to lose. You don't want to be shot. You want to make sure that you're going to win. And these guys are out to get the win. And then on Team Fire, right now we have only Patch Patch. I'm sure Phil will be joining in a second. Once again, you have 2 players that know, at this point, they definitely know what they're doing. And so the teams that you're going to be looking at tonight are top performing teams that have been competing throughout an entire month, getting to know each other. And at this point, is really just going to come down to how much they were able to get to know each other well, going back and healing, and just using all these points of strategy for them to be able to make these scores. And so once Phil joins the lobby here, then we can get going. All right. So my production team, did we get that? So one Phil, Joan, D lobby, we can get going right away. So just let them know that over there on the end. And so yeah, this is gonna be really really interesting to watch. If you've never played Tower Tag before, you should first and foremost, and especially if you own a VR headset. But if you don't, you can always come and check us out here at VR Play Park. It is a hyper competitive, hyper dynamic game designed for 4 versus 4 that has its foundations on professional paintball. And like I said, the developers, one of them, which is Phil, who's going to be joining us here in a couple of seconds, he's a professional paintball player, and he has a lot. His mind definitely influenced the way the game was designed, and so you get all of the dynamic gameplay from paintball coming into virtual reality with this amazing, unreal physics and dynamics that the game allows. It has this really great component when it comes to teleporting from one tower to the other, and you're gonna see that live and clear here once he joins up. And it's really, really, it's going to be really important for you to sort of just look also on the map control. That's always going to be extremely important during the finals, and it has to do with the fact that they are, you're getting two teams with two players that understand exactly how they need to move throughout the map, and so map control and being able to hit specific angles is going to be key to their success. And so, during the finals, especially after you understand the game a little bit, you're watching out for those couple variables as a viewer. You're going to be watching out for who's controlling the map, who is up on the points, and then how they're going back and healing. And you will hear me say this throughout the thing. But right now, I think we can go through a quick commercial break just for 1 second while we figure out this last player coming in. VR Experience Immersive Entertainment Center, our in Gloucestershire premiere, is a place where you are able to experience virtual reality you cannot get at home, such as driving simulators that are multiplayer for you to be able to have some fun races with your friends, and some other activities that they have there that you just are not able to get at home. If you are in that area, give these guys a visit. Their website is brxpuk.com, and they have really fun, engaging activities. Thank you, VR Experience, for sponsoring this event.
Three, two, one.
Alrighty, everybody, here we go. We are ready to go. We just had a little. Uh, there's always these little technical details that we're gonna have to deal with while we fully stabilize the broadcast, and so it's really important for us to be a little patient. But here we go. The players are ready to go. So once again, on the right hand side, you have Pickpook with Hekanati, and on the left hand side, you have Phil the Kill with Patch. And so here we go for the first thing. It's definitely going to be very important for him to control the map. Do not allow the opponent to push you into the back, and do not give up any points by going back and killing your teammate. So right away, we're going to go right into the map to see how the game starts. This is always how we're going to get this going. So you have here Pickpook on the 1, 2 is Hekanati. You have Patch on the 1, and then 2 is Fail to Kill. Both of them are moving out toward the center, and this is where the shooting is going to start. And like I said, you just don't want to give up this thing, and that's exactly what you're going to see happening at the beginning of the match, is fighting for this territory here, and you just do not want to give it up, and you just want to keep on moving, be able to collect, and that's exactly what I mean. See, Fail to Kill there is penetrating, and that's what's going to give him the first kill. And that's exactly what you don't want to see. But that was really great move there on the part of Hekanati. He's moving forward, making sure not to give up those positions, but he didn't capture that tower there fully, and that's really going to be hurting them. If you also you get impatient, if you need to move to a different position and you do not capture the tower completely, that's really going to hurt you, because you're A, wasting energy, and B, you just don't capture the tower. So you assume that you have that position controlled, but then you don't. And that happened once again right there. They're 1-1 now, which is you're going to see this throughout the entire match. Let's go see the player's perspective now. So here we have Phil the Kill opening left. He's a little bit shot, but you have their Patch coming in with heal. And man, Patch has just been coming in with heals so great. Every time that I'm thinking that Phil's not going back for the heal, you can just see Patch coming from the back and giving them the heal properly. And this is gonna be Phil's style right there, except he's sort of tunnel vision a little bit too long instead of moving from that thing, and he's giving up his position. But now he's pushing forward over to the left. Once again, I'm going to open the map here so that you guys can see the full control. You can also see up here who's controlling the majority of the map. And like I said, it's going to be fundamental for whichever team who's going to win to control that. So here you have Phil the Kill over here on the left. He's been striked. So, yep, there we go. Patch with the heal. Man, Patch has just been phenomenal with the healing. It's super important for them to be able to do this. You do not want to give up any points. And there we go. That's Phil's aim coming through. Once again, they really need to begin pushing on that center of the field. And unfortunately, Team Ice is really being pushed back. They're giving up more than half of the field. They definitely do not want to see themselves in that position, but there we go. There's with the strike. And yeah, so now Patch he's playing it correctly here, going back, waiting for his teammate, not taking any risks. That's exactly how you want to play this. If your team member was taken down, you do not want to go all out first against two other players. It's just not a game to do that. So once again, you're going to see that battle here in the center for those positions, and one of the other teams is going to be pushed back. And with 2 minutes and 43 seconds, Pickpook and Hekanati are doing a great job of defending, and that's really what their name of the game needs to be for them right now. But they're not going to do that. They're going to just press forward, try and control more of that center field than they are. And like I said, once again, with the better teams, you're going to see that going back and forth there in the middle without either side giving up. And the only time you're going to see penetration is when you have one of the team members being taken out. They're both playing really well. Let's go see a view from Patch. There we go. Patch making a strike. He's gotten Hekanati down by 50%. Hekanati really needs to go back for a heal. I'm not sure if he's aware that he's been hit, but it's definitely not a good position. He covers really well though. Hekanati covers really well. He's moving over to the left, and then Patch, who's now given his position, he's going to retreat, make sure he gives himself some room so that he's just not taking fire, and reposition himself to be able to make another attack, which is exactly what you want to do in this type of game. So let's look at what this looks like from the opposite side. There we go. Pickpook covering down the center, going over to the left, opening fire first, making sure that he's not being struck, and then moving into that center position. It's also really important to note that in this map, these center positions here are really dangerous. They're extremely dangerous, and so if you're moving into those center positions, you better have an angle, and you better be doing it to either make a strong attack on the opponent, or just understand exactly what it is that you're doing before you move there. Once again, Team Fire is giving up a significant amount, not too much, but definitely more than half of the thing there. And like I said, that's exactly what you're going to see during the finals. It's just a battle in this 7 positions here. You have 3 on ice, you have 3 on fire,
and it's just going to be a battle right here in the center. And one of them or two of them are going to penetrate. But here you have Phil really taking that. Yeah, he was really taking that risk going up to the right, and he paid for it. But it was a risk we're taking. They're controlling more of the field. However, they are down by 2 now, and you're going to begin seeing Fire Team get hyper aggressive because now they need to. Now they really need to sort of like stop worrying about their control of the map, and they need to just go full on aggression. And in order for you to see what that's going to look like, I'm going to put on Phil because I'm sure that's exactly what he's thinking. With less than 2 points on the map, yeah, he's going to just, you know, be weaving a lot more. He's going to try and guess what the opponent is going to be. He's going to make himself some room. But then again, you know, you're going to have Patch and Patch over backing him up with the heals, and you know, trying to make this very, very aggressive attack. They are down by 3, which means that we need to kill 2 opponents once and then take one more. Yes, there we go. So it's 4 on 2. Definitely Patch amazing with the heal. He also needs a little bit of heal, however, but you're gonna get Phil up in the front just being hyper aggressive, and that's exactly what you want to see. At this point, they really just need to move forward, but they should not give up any of the kills. So you know, it really is a matter. But with 7 seconds on the clock, they just needed to put it all on the line. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for them this round, and we're gonna see them try much harder in the second round. So yes, absolutely amazing match, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. If you're gonna get 2 opponents that understand exactly what it is that they're doing, you're gonna see them focus on that middle section and just not give that up, and that's exactly what they want to do. You have those 7 segments there in the middle, and you want to fight for those, penetrate, and then be able to make the attacks. Phil took a risk going out on the limb, going over all the way to the right, moving 2 positions past center with some openings on the side, but he was doing it for a reason because he understood that he was down. So that was definitely the right thing to do. However, he ended up paying with 1 more point, would really put them at the disadvantage. But I'm absolutely sure that, you know, this time they need to play a lot more aggressive now too, because if they tie, it's, you know, now they need to win. So now Team Fire is forced to make a win in order to be able to go on to the 3rd round. If they tie, that means that on the 3rd round they would also need to win. So now they're at 1 numeric disadvantage with 1 point. So they really need to be very strategic. Once they score that point, they need to be able to score a couple points against a team that is extremely well put together at this point. You know, and this time we're really going to focus a little bit more on Ice Team so that you guys can see what that is like. Once again, Ice Team just going out the door, taking left and right, going out front to the center. They're going to once again take the center position and just fight for this as hard as they possibly can. You have Patch over on the left, and yeah, and this is great. You're definitely seeing the players play their positions, except that at this point, you know, Pickpook and Kaganati, and especially Kaganati, man, he's just become like an extremely well-rounded player, both forth and back. But you are seeing there, you know, the Fire Team, you know, maybe now that they've warmed up, maybe it just took them a little bit warm up. They're going to be putting up a much tougher fight, and that's going to be wonderful to watch. So here we go. Let's bring up Pickpook. Let's give him a little bit of screen time. So he's opening right down the center. He knows where he is, and you know, but Phil just has incredible aim, and that's the thing about Phil, right? You might be able to. Oh man, that was a great kill on part of Patch, coming out from the left and just flanking him really well. Pickpook is now all the way in the back. They're really being pushed out on both sides, and that's not good. Yeah, they really have him up against the back. So at this point, Fire Team definitely has a significant advantage on the number of positions that Ice is able to control and how they're able to move. And with you know, with Patch doing such a great job at healing, and you know, and Phil just being such a deadly opponent, you're definitely going to get this situation where you're going to have, you know, a loss of control if you're not able to get those point backs. So at this point, Patch and Phil are just not giving up that front position. They're going to be extremely aggressive, with Patch doing the long range shooting and just not allowing the players to get out. Oh, Phil needs to watch out though. He needs to go back. Yeah, exactly. So that's one of the things here too, that if you see that the opponent is sort of getting in a position where he's able to flank you, you need to be able to tell your team member and then just be able to go back. So at this point, yeah, Team Ice is gaining back half of that field once again. So you're gonna, but Team Ice is the one that needs to make the risky moves here. And so, you know, it's even though it's only 1 point, and even though you might say, oh, it's only 1 point, it doesn't really matter. It's all it takes. All it takes in this game to lose is the 1 point, making that bad decision, not going back for a heal, and that's what you're seeing here. You know, Kakanatai going back to Phil Pickpook. They're healing each other, but this is going to allow Team Fire to really push up on that front line and push them back once again. Yeah, but once again, Phil is really pushing up on the right-hand side. He's lost a couple of points there. He really needs to be careful because the last time he did that, he put himself at an numeric disadvantage, and he doesn't want to do that. But like I said, he's such a deadly opponent. He's such a good shot that he's going to keep on just trying to get those angles, you know, and take up on those skills. So yeah, Pick Puck is now hit. Let's go see what Higanati is up to. So yeah, you see this crossfire here is very dangerous, but thankfully, you know, he was able to score that point, and you really need to be careful when you're penetrating that deep. Yeah, there we go. That was a great strategy there by Patch Patch, going back for the heal, not allowing himself to you know, being mindful to not attack the opponents alone, because that's just deadly. That's just giving up points if you're going to be attacking the opponents alone. You do not want to do that. And here you go. Once again, you have Phil over on the right-hand side opening fire directly at Higanati. Very, very deadly. But one of them needs to make a point, and at this point, with 1 minute and 39 seconds, you know, it's a very, very fair battle. You still have Team Fire here pushing super, super hard, which, you know, both teams are able to do. And yeah, but that's the thing, right? Like I said, if you are out there pushing on the front line, especially right now since they're healing, you know, Phil, he's just gonna keep on going. You know, at this point, Phil's just gonna be like super aggressive, trying to get that point. He knows the time is running out, and he's definitely going to score, especially against a team that's going to push up against the front line and then back up when it's necessary. Yeah, Pick Puck, great, amazing heal on Higanati's part. Going over to the right, he has that open position, but he also needs to heal his teammates, so he's doing that. You know, he's definitely going to be doing that. At this point, you know, with 54 seconds on the clock, you're going to see Team Ice just play a lot more defensively, and what they're going to do, oh man, there we go, there's in for the tie. So yep, fire. Oh, unfortunately, Higanati over to the right with the kill. It's really, you know, man, this guy's just progressed so much. He's gotten so deadly. You let him just run up on the front like that and score that point even after you come back. I can just imagine what it must be feeling like to score that point. Understand that you're coming back and then, you know, and then not being able to score. And like you guys can see there, Higanati with the 3 scores and the 0 outs. You know, with Pick Puck 1 and 3 outs. So obviously Higanati here is definitely most likely going to get the MVP. He's doing a great job. Yeah, but with so little time on the clock, 14 seconds, you're going to get Team Fire, who's going to just be desperate to try and go up there and score. And this is exactly what I meant. If you don't control the thing, yeah, at this point Patch just need to, yeah, he just needed to get up there. But like I said, yeah, and this is exactly what I meant for the finals. You are down 1 point. You're gonna force the other team to have to come at you, make those risks, and unfortunately, it just wasn't enough for Team Fitch with Phil and Patch leaving the tournament. Great job. Thank you so much for playing. That was an amazing, amazing match. Congratulations to Pick Die for winning this one, and definitely Higanati with the MVP. Absolutely, for sure, deserving it. Thank you so much for watching. That was absolutely amazing. Let's go to a real commercial break. Experience Immersive Entertainment Center, our in Gloucestershire premiere, is a place where you are able to experience virtual reality you cannot get at home, such as driving simulators that are multiplayer for you to be able to have some fun races with your friends, and some other activities that they have there that you just are not able to get at home. If you are in that area, give this guys a visit. Their website is brxpuk.com, and they have really fun, engaging activities. Thank you, VR Experience, for sponsoring this event. Welcome back, everybody. So we are ready for the next match happening between Flush Gogo and Alejandro and Sarah and Chilla. This match I've definitely been looking forward to watching. Both of these players have been doing a phenomenal job catching up. Kudos to Chilla and Alejandro for being some of the fresh players, especially Alejandro. He's played less than every other single player out here, and he's just been able to catch up so well. And this match is going to be just absolutely incredible because you have a team that's going to be playing very defensive offense and playing together really well, who understand each other extremely well, and then the other team has also been able to catch up. And once again, you definitely want to look at this middle section here, whoever's going to be controlling that and taking on some risk. So right away, you have Flash Gogo getting clipped over on the left by Sarah, and that's what you're going to be seeing a lot of that. They're going to just be pushing there on that front line and not letting go of that. And let's go see what that's going to be like. So now that you sort of understand a little bit more of the dynamics of the game, we can definitely be able to show you. Let's check out Sarah's position. So yeah, there you go, Sarah capturing down the center left. She's going to go into the center position. She's been clipped and she knows that, so she's going to go back for a heal. Make sure that Chilla is just going to be right there to heal her, and that's definitely what what you're going to see in this game. So there you go. Pushing forward on the side. She's going to go back for a heal. She's going to definitely be asking her for it. Sarah is definitely very much damaged, but she's not giving up. She's being pushed up against the back. They definitely need to be able to make some effort to get back some of that ground, because in this case you do not want you just especially do not want Flush Gogo pushing you up against the back there. So they're going to make an effort to control here at the center again, and and position themselves into a position into a better control of the map. Sarah needs to be careful there. She's being open to from the right, but both teams are doing really well. They're both full of health. Neither of them has given up any kills, and that's really going to be the way you're going to see this match go. It's going to be a very strategic match with very few points being scored, and it's going to really most likely come down to 1 point being the winner here. There you go, capturing together, moving over to the left. You have Chile, who's just going to be capturing over in the front. They're managing to control to remain and regain control of that center, which is absolutely fundamental, like I said before. And she's just going to keep on pushing up on that center, covering really well. And this is exactly what I wanted to talk to you guys about, and what I mentioned yesterday, that Flash Gogo and that Chilla has sort of developed a very similar style to Flash Gogo, in that she is just invisible when she's in there capturing those towers. I mean, I know a lot of players that are really good at capturing these towers and be able to stand behind and open fire, but in this case, you have a player who has been able to learn that very fast, and whose particular play style is aligned with that. There we go. They're both going to go back for a heal. I can see Sarah's been clipped quite a lot. She definitely took a shot to the face, and so there we go, capturing together, going back and healing. That's really great strategy. That's exactly what you want to see in this type of situation and this type of final. And so there we go. Once again, Chill has been hit. She's going to go back for the heal. She's going to heal Sarah. Sarah is definitely going to be playing defensively, but they're losing some ground here, and they definitely don't want to be doing that, especially against a player like Flash Gogo. But with 2 minutes and 13 seconds on the clock, it's actually pretty safe to say that, oh, there we go. Sarah's taking that center position. She's definitely taking a lot of risk. She's trying to, oh, wow. Sarah going over to the left and taking out Flash Gogo. Now they're going to be able to make that move down the center. And yeah, Alejandro should definitely head back for a second. Sorry, Sarah was taken out over on the right, not the other way around. And so you have now, they need to go out and fight for a point. And this is going to be, like I said, it's really going to come down to 1 point. They really need to be able to push up on that center and just score. And you're going to have Chilla, who's hurt down there in the center. They just need to get back to their original game plan, which was working really well for them. But they really need to heal. Chilla's going up into the front, being hurt. She's definitely pushing up against the right. This is really a great gameplay on Chilla's part, making sure to destabilize them down the center and then pushing up on the right or the left, with Sarah coming up behind her, and just laying down some fire. Once again, this is great gameplay from both people, just not giving up that center. They understand how important it is not to do that. Both players do. Everybody who you're going to be seeing playing tonight is just going to understand, do not give up that center and make sure to get a kill and then just play more defensively. Here you're going to have Flash Gogo opening fire before Chilla even comes up. He's been clipped going to the back. You see there he's got half the heart, and so they really should just focus on that and being able to make one kill. I know, how frustrating it is to be able to take this risk. Here's Flash Gogo's perspective. He's just going to try and guess and begin shooting at the barriers, and that's going to be really, really important for them to be able to do that. With 31 seconds at this point, Sarah and Chilla just need to be hyper aggressive, and I can only just imagine Sarah's frustration right now, understanding that, you know, because she normally doesn't get killed, and so Flesh was able to get her over on the left-hand side. She's the one that has to take the risk, and then, you know, and she's the one that needs to go out and make the skills. They really need to just become hyper aggressive at this point. It doesn't matter anymore. Flesh Gogo is just going to go to the back. He knows not to do that. He knows not to go up against Sarah. Both her and Alejandro are just going to go back and let that time run out, and this is exactly what I mean. During the finals, you're going to become, it's going to come down to the 1 point. If you don't have the majority of the map captured, if you're not able to get that up there fast, you're not going to be able to score the points in under like 15 seconds, and that's exactly what you're going to see from the top players. There's no reason that, you know, there's no reason to keep on being aggressive if you have the majority of the control of the map and you're able to go back to your home and not take any fire. It's like, why risk it? Even if it's 1 point, it doesn't matter. Just go back, protect your point, and not risk losing the match, the round because of, you know, continuing to be hyper aggressive. And so once again, you have here Sarah and Chilla in a position where they need to be a little bit more aggressive. At this point, a tie will not cut it for them because they've lost one match, so they need to make sure to be able to win one, and you're definitely going to see top performance for both of them coming up. So this is really, really interesting. That was a really great game, and like you guys can tell, it's 1-0. And you have the two highest ranked players in the league competing against each other here. So you have Sarah, who was, at this point, I think that Gogo most likely took a couple of points for her, and he's most likely number 1. She was sitting at the first ranking, so she's most likely second here. So she's definitely going to be fighting back, not just for the tournament, but also for her ranking. And let's hope to see just like a really, really great match here. Alejandro doing a great job at just moving and making sure not to get shot. Most likely following the instructions and the tips that Gogo has given him for him to be able to play in a very defensive manner. And like you saw there, with one single point puts you at such a disadvantage, and being able to control that center, and that's where the risk is going to be made. And so if you see the opposite of that, you're going to see exactly the same pattern. If Sarah and Chill are able to score 1 point and they have the advantage, you're also going to see them just retreat, not being able to take any risk. And why would you when you're up ahead? So there we go. Both teams are going up right into the middle here. This is where the battle is going to happen once again. So there you go. Team Fire getting up to the center first, being able to capture up on the right, capturing that center position. Alejandro has been clipped over on the right, so they're going to go back to make sure that they're not giving up that hill. You have Chilla capturing together with Sarah. So here you have them over there on the left side of the map, and it's really interesting to see this gameplay. Here we go. This is going to be most likely Alejandro's perspective over on the left. He is taking heavy fire, most likely from Sarah from Chilla, and he's just going to be moving down the center, making sure he's not taking anything. And there you have that's most likely Sarah taking up some shots, making sure to make some damage, moving over to the left. She's up against Flash Gogo over on the left, and she knows that. She's not going to take that risk again like she did before, because she definitely doesn't want to be shot. And you're going to have Chilla over on the right, just pushing up on that front line. But then once again, it really is going to come down to this massive battle over the center of the field, and whoever's able to penetrate on one side or the other, making sure to take that risk. Oh, and there you go, Flesh Gogo taking out Chilla over on the right. This is definitely not the situation that you want to see yourself in, especially against a team that's able to play though defensively. Oh, with with Alejandro scoring against Sarah up there in the front. That was great shots going right into the center of the field. Great aim. That was amazing. So now they're really being pushed back against their back position, and it's going to be really, really important for them to just try and get out on one side or the other. So at this point, their strategy should just really be to focus on one side or the other and push only on that side, because with 2-0 against Flesh Gogo and with time running out on you, it's going to be very, very difficult. You're talking about having to kill the opponent not twice but 2 times, and it's very difficult to get Flesh Gogo. At this point, unfortunately, Sarah and Chilla are down by 4. They're going to need to take a lot of risk, and whatever strategy they had before in being defensive, that needs to go away right now. They need to just be as offensive as they possibly can, make sure to regain some ground and being able to make some kills. And so, but you're going to get, and that's the thing, you're going to have them just take on this incredible risk, and against a player like Flash Gogo, especially as Chandra with those shots down the center, they just really they destabilize their defensive strategy, and at this point it's going to be very hard for them to be able to come back. So yeah, let's check out Here you have Alejandro going out the center. They're controlling most of the map now, so they're able to move freely throughout, open fire from all the positions, and just not giving up on those things. With 2 minutes and 25 seconds on the clock, you know, in deathmatch, I believe you're able to make a score in about, you know, after being spawned in about maybe 20 seconds. But if the opponents, if the person you're trying to go up against, they control the majority of the map, which is definitely what's going on right now. You know, this here is like, in order, so just think about it this way, right? So you have them playing here defensively. They're down by 5. And in order for them to be able to get themselves out of here, they need to capture 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 towers. Now, every time they need to capture each tower, it will take about 3 seconds because that tower is under the control of the opponent. Now, when the tower is neutral, it takes about 2 seconds to load. When the tower is controlled by the opponent, it takes about 3 seconds. And so you're looking at a total of about 12 seconds to be able to get over on the other side. And so with them being able to push them up against in the back, and Flesh Gogo now just going for the barriers, you know, you're going to see this just, you know, get a little bit, get really intense for team, for Sarah and Chilla. Flesh Gogo against, he's just going to be shooting barriers now. He's not even going to be, you know, he's going to care about getting the opponent, of course, but he's going to just try and keep them there in the back. Make sure that they're not able to get out. Make sure to be able to keep those positions close, and then begin shooting the barrier so they don't have anywhere to defend themselves. And that's exactly what he's doing. So he's just keeping there in the back, blocking really well, making sure to open only on the positions that he's able to do, opening up on the right. There we go. He's in for the heal. He's taking fire over from the left, but that's really not going to affect him. He's going to take that tower right back. Exactly. And so what you want to do when you're playing him is when you capture the tower and you know he's going to recapture again, just move into that position, cover really well, and then cover across. And because this is going to be his gameplay the entire time. He's going to just cover really well, let Alejandro move over on the left, open a couple of positions, and then move into for that kill, and that's exactly how he's going to play. So he's going to do that once again. So he knows he's controlling the majority of the right side of the field. He's going to continue to control it. He's going to continue to take down the barriers, do this crossfire thing, make sure that he's able to move across the shot, and then he's just going to have Alejandro heal him to not give up any points. At this point, unfortunately, with this big of a disadvantage, with 13 seconds on the clock, it's over for them. There's no way they can come back. As a matter of fact, I'm absolutely sure that you know, they most likely might be aggressive because they have such a big numerical advantage, but at 1 second is just unnecessary. That's a really great performance. Congratulations to them. So now we're gonna have Phil the kill against Sarah, playing it off for third, and in about 2 to 3 minutes here. Please just watch those commercials while we set it up and get it ready. Thank you so much for watching.
VR Experience Immersive Entertainment Center, our in Gloucestershire premiere, is a place where you are able to experience virtual reality you cannot get at home, such as driving simulators that are multiplayer for you to be able to have some fun races with your friends, and some other activities that they have there that you just are not able to get at home. If you are in that area, give these guys a visit. Their website is brxpuk.com, and they have really fun, engaging activities. Thank you, VR Experience, for sponsoring this event.
Take
Welcome back, everybody, to the final of the Mixed Cup. That was an amazing match between Sarah and Flush Gogo, Chilla, and Alejandro, and that was just absolutely incredible. Like I said, you're gonna get that huge battle there in the center, and whoever's able to score that first point is at a major advantage. And you know, it was really once you sort of like lose a couple of those points, you need to get so aggressive, and it really is like a desperate situation, because you know that the clock is running out. You know that in order to get over to the other side of the field, you would have to spend at least 30 seconds to get there. So you know you're very conscious of that as a player, and you know that you need to just be hyper aggressive at that moment, try and get a couple of points up, and just do whatever you can to increase your score. But that means risk, and so if you're taking that risk and you're not doing it right, and you give up more and more kills, and you're able to let the opponent push you to the back because you're giving up those precious seconds of capture, you're gonna see yourself in a very bad situation. So up now we have the final between. Oh, sorry. Up now we have third place competition between Sarah and Chilla and Phil the Kill and Patch. And so this is definitely going to be a really another great match to watch. You're going to see that same battle there in the center, and you're going to see two opponents that actually know each other quite well and have a history. So I don't know if this is the first time Sarah is going to be playing Phil, but you know, I don't think she's ever played him before, and I don't think he's ever played this Sarah before. And so it's going to be really interesting to see how they're able to coordinate. And Sarah and Chilla, so they sort of just need to, you know, calm down right now, you know, just let their heads sort of like space out and get back into the game to be able to win this, you know, this third place against Phil. And same thing with Phil and Patch. Thankfully, we were able to give them a couple seconds for them to like reposition themselves. And she's already. They're joining on the lobby, so we're gonna start exactly in 2 minutes to be able to see who's gonna go down for this third place. It's gonna be really interesting to watch. We are most likely gonna need to. Okay, you. So yeah, once again, welcome back to the Mixed Cup final. Right now, up at in 2 minutes here, in 1 minute here, we're gonna have the third place match to be able to see who's gonna be able to take it, and the match is happening between Sarah and Chilla against Phil and Patch. And like I said, during this whole tournament, our hope was that you have the more experienced players, which we deemed captains, coaching the less experienced players into becoming really great players. And so we can go right into the lobby here. And over here on the right hand side in Team Ice, you have Sarah and Chilla once again. And on the left, you have Patch and Phil. And they're most likely just ready to go at each other. They want to see, you know, these matches are so exciting. If you've never played this game, they get your adrenaline going. You really want to win. It's super competitive, and it really has to do with how well you're communicating with your teammate and how good your teammate is at playing with you, doing heals, controlling that center of the game, being able to establish clear communications, understanding which side or which position you're going to be playing in. And so right here, what you're going to see, you're going to see the captains going on in the front and taking this risk, while the newer players are going to be sitting in the back doing healing and doing a lot of the capturing and doing supporting and doing long range shots. And so here we go. We're going to get this match started right this second. This is going to be really interesting to watch. Again, Phil and Sarah know each other, and I think a lot of us have always wanted to play Phil, and so here's their chance. And Phil, you know, again, with those incredible skills, really going up against aggressive, it's going to be really interesting to watch this. And this time we're going to be playing on a map called Maze. And in Maze, you still get that thing down in the center, but in Maze, you have to control this center piece right here, and then the outer perimeters. And so right off the bat, let's go and see Patch. He's moving over to the left. He's been clipped. He's got about 80% of his energy. He's going to go back for a heal. It's going to be really important for him to not give up any of these points. But they're being pushed really hard by both Sarah and Chilla down here, down the center. And, you know, they understand this map really, really well. Once again, he's been clipped. He's going to go back. He's very, very low. If they're able to make contact, he's going to be out. And so he really needs to just find a place to sort of take some cover and ask Phil for the heal. And that's exactly what he's getting there. Good job, Phil, with the healing on Patch Patch. It would have been really, really difficult for him to come back. And once again, he's able to take on. And I can tell right away he's most likely going up against Sarah. And so you have here Sarah, number 1 right here, and Chilla on number 2 right here, and then you have Patch Patch on number 1 here, and Phil over here on the right. So you have new player against captain, and new player against captain. Like I said, and I've said before, it's going to be really important to identify what this is and not let this like sort of happen. But then it's also going to be really important to make sure that you're attacking together, and that's what's happening here. You have some really long range crossfire. Oh man, Patch Patch was able to make the connection with that long crossfire, and that's exactly what you're going to see here. So once again, Sarah and Chilla are down 1 position, but Sarah's going to just be getting really aggressive, going up against Patch Patch against the right, and you know, trying to score that point. Patch Patch really needs to move over. His energy level is really low. I think Sarah knew that. That's why he was trying to make contact. This is another really good skill that you want to see. You want to see players while they're being healed. You need to do something. You should not stay static while you're being healed. Once again, Sarah penetrating all the way into the back there. She's having a lot of control of the map, but then you know the map's really split sort of like more diagonally, and you still have 50% of the control here with Team Ice pushing for control and Team Fire fighting back for that control. So that's Patch Patch here. Let's go look at Phil. Phil's over on the right-hand side, pushing up against Chilla. And, you know, and Sarah and Chilla really need to coordinate together in order to be able to make 1 kill. And there we go with Sarah scoring the 1 point over on the right-hand side against Patch Patch. They are tied now with 2 minutes and 49 seconds. This can be anyone's game still. And so there we go. We have Sarah opening over to the left, making sure to be healed, capturing some of the things, and she's going up against Phil, making sure to push on those positions. Phil's going to be very aggressive, making sure, but Sarah knows exactly what she's doing, and then she's going to go down the center, probably over to the right, and you know, and being able to control and be able to make some more of those kills. Here we go. This is Sarah's perspective. She's going to be capturing down the center. She's not going to take risks. She's just going to move over to the side, support Chilla, make sure that she's healing Chilla, and that's exactly what you want to see. She's been shot. She's going to move over, try and control this center over to the right. She's pushing again over to the right, making some shot, making that contact. Oh, watch out. Yeah, Patch Patch needs to be careful. And, yeah, he needs to really, really be careful, except he's being more aggressive, which is not a bad strategy, especially if you're taking shots there. He's really, really low on energy. Phil really needs to get over there and heal him. So this is Patch Patch, yeah, being healed by Phil. That was a really great move on their part. Chilla is also very much damaged, but then once again, she's receiving this very important heal. Great job. So once again, they're back 1-1. The score here has been made by Sarah and by Patch Patch. Oh, there we go. Sarah scoring a 2nd point against Patch Patch. Once again, like I said, if you're and Phil scoring against Chilla, and this is exactly what I mean. If you're putting a new player against the captain, you're asking for some trouble, and so you know you definitely want to be able to control that. But this match is very, very even. You have both captains doing a great job of being able to come back and getting those points back, and Sarah really just being up on that score. You have a little bit more of an aggressive style from Patch Patch, but that's what's getting Sarah those kills, because you're having Patch Patch going up against a very formidable player who's gonna understand all of the positions. And there we go. So that was actually they've been doing this the whole time. So you have Chilla taking fire over on the left, and Sarah coming in for the kill with those 4-0. With 52 seconds on the clock, they can definitely take a more defensive position. But in this case, they're definitely going up against the front. Chilla can, it's with 43 seconds on the clock, there's still plenty of room for them to be able to make some contact, and they definitely just want to, with 5-3. Yeah, this is looking very difficult for Phil and Patch Patch to be able to come back from. You have Chilla going up against the center, just controlling that tower there. Oh, there we go. Once again, Sarah was taking out down the center. Oh my God, Chilla really needs to watch out right now. If she's taken out, she will be giving Phil and Patch Patch an opportunity to be able to come back, and she needs to not do that. It's 13 seconds. Both of them just need to move around, not being able to take some Pat, and let's see. This is what you're gonna get. You're gonna get Phil getting extremely aggressive, and all he needs to do is score 1 more point to be able to tie this match, and that's exactly what he's looking for. Throwing against that long range, but yeah, okay, yeah, that was incredible performance by both teams. It's always going to come down to 1 or 2 points during this finals, and that was just absolutely amazing. And yeah, if you have a couple of seconds and you are 1 point up, you just need to move, 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 and just not get shot. Your job at that point is to just not get shot. Go home if you need to. Lay on the floor of the tower if you need to. Just don't get shot. Keep that point. Keep that numeric advantage in order to be able to win, and that's what you saw here. So here we are. We're going to go down to the second round. In this second round, you once again are going to have Phil and Patch Patch being the underdogs who need to at least, who need to win this match. They cannot tie. They cannot tie this one or the next match. If they tie this match, they're going to see themselves in a very, very difficult situation. And I'm absolutely sure that Chilla and Sarah know that, and so you're definitely going to see them not taking that position. So here we go. Both teams are most likely just taking a little breather. Like I said, if you've never played this game, it's very intense. Your adrenaline gets going. As a matter of fact, Hegenati sent us some information yesterday, like I said, about his cardio, and it's like I think it was like 140 for his cardiac rhythm. Maybe I'm making those numbers up. I'll double check in a little bit. But yeah, his cardio was just like super high. He burned like 400 calories, I believe it was. And so it's a game where you're going to be just moving quite a lot, ducking, moving to the side to the other, and being able to just be 100% focused, on the opponent to be able to take them out. And my production team, can we please make sure they understand that they can go? So let's just make sure that they understand that they can start a match. And let's go. Let's see if Sarah's able to hold on to that third place title, which right now they have. We are going to focus a little bit more on the underdogs because it's last time they're the ones that really need to get out there and make the kill. So there you go, Phil, super aggressive going up onto the right. He knows really well that he needs to make some contacts, score some points. And there you go. You're going to have him just trying to annihilate the enemy. Pushing up on the right-hand side, he's making sure that he's not being able to be flanked. And let's just open this map here so that you can see the map position. So once again, the goal of the players here should be to control this center to be able to move from one side to the other very easily. And at the same time, not give up control of this very key positions outside. And that's really great gameplay by Chilla right there. Don't give up that position. That would allow Phil to open fire across the field on Sarah. And you just don't want that because Sarah would be completely vulnerable to this because she's not aware, right? She's focusing on taking out her offensive player. She's not focusing on that crossfire. So if Phil's able to take this position here and open fire across the field, he's definitely going to make contact with her. So you're going to see Chilla jump on here to the front and recapture that position. And she knows this. She understands how important these positions are. She knows that she should not give them up. And that's Sarah there taking this position down from the center, not giving it up. You have Phil over on the right-hand side, really trying to get out that, but she's not going to, Chilla's not going to give up that position. She knows how important this is. So that's the type of gameplay that you're going to be seeing here. You're going to be seeing Phil trying to penetrate there, being open over to the right, but he's not going to be able to because Sarah's just going to come back and push up on those towers, going up against the middle. Make sure that she's taking fire, but make sure that she's low enough to not be able to. And you have there Phil trying to make an attempt to shoot her across the field, but he's not going to be able to. Oh, he got there over before her. She's been shot. She really needs to go back. So there you go. Sarah's in trouble. She's glittering. She knows he's coming over to the left-hand side. She's going to gain control back of that tower. And once again, like I said, they're really being pushed here up against the back. They really need to just focus on pushing on one side or the other. You have that crossfire there from Patch Patch. He was, Sarah's really good at moving and covering. Once again, she's been made contact with, so she's suffering there. But Phil is really low. I'm not entirely sure why Phil over here, who's like extremely low, is still being aggressive. Oh, but I mean, it's paying off for him, obviously, with those two kills just going off the bat. But really, he should definitely be coming up and healing up to the right. And that sometimes is absolutely necessary, right? Like, if you know that you have a good position, even if you have low, that's just the risk that you're willing to take, and you need to do that in order to be able to make those points. And that's exactly what he did there, and it paid off for him big time. He's up by 1 to 2 minutes 34 seconds, controlling the majority of the map. Sarah and Chilla are going to see themselves in a difficult situation here if they're not able to regain 1 point and then be able to do that. And to be quite frank with you, it's going to be easier for them to do it over here on the right. And yeah, that's exactly what they did. And so I think it's going to require a lot more communication with Patch Patch going here down the center and cooperating with Phil a little bit more. You're not seeing a lot of cooperation besides the healing with with both of them. So you see this healing here, then he's opening over to the left, but you don't see them cooperating. So you see here how Sarah is like moving from this center position. So you're going to have Sarah coming over to this position, helping Chilla capture towers, helping Chilla regain some of that momentum, and then opening left, and then, controlling here and being able to penetrate really deep. Well, you're going to have Phil only playing in this area here, now moving down the middle, and Patch Patch also just playing really far. So you see how far away they are? Sarah and Chilla are not going to do that. So Sarah's going to come back to support Chilla, and there you go. Once again, you have Patch Patch coming out, from behind. Now they're going to be cooperating together, and that's exactly what they want to do. They definitely want to be working together, making sure that that they are coordinating, that they're not giving up those points. And you're going to have Chilla just moving in there, being able to make contact. You have both of them really, really low on energy, and yeah, you just don't want to do that. But I mean, apparently it's paying off for them. Obviously, they're taking this huge risk with like their energy level super low, but they're just not giving up. And I think it's just the the mentality that they know they are down, they know they need to score. But at this point, with 1 minute and 8 seconds, they really could just play a more defensive strategy. I hope this ends up paying off for them with 1 point ahead. But with Sarah on the map, that's just not a safe position to be in. So they definitely need to at least keep control of the map, not let go of it, and. But you see there Sarah just swinging up around the map. She knows she needs to make a kill, and she's gonna keep on going back and forth, destabilizing the enemy, making sure that the enemy doesn't understand where she's coming from, and then opening fire before. And she just has like such great aim, for a long distance. There we go against 3-on-3, and this is not what you want. Phil and Patch do not want this. Again, super low, just putting on a lot of risk. There we go again with the heal. Phil really needs to heal Patch also, but he's not doing so. Yeah, they need to go back. There we go. Great job with the heal. They just cannot give up a point, but this is not favorable for Phil and Patch. They're still under, so we will most likely go to the third round if neither of the teams scores 1 point, and you're definitely going to have Sarah there going towards the back, really low on energy. Sarah really needs to be careful here. She needs to go back for the heal. Yeah. Exactly. That was really great gameplay from both of them. And we are going to go through the third and decisive round. Phil and Patch need to win this round to be able to get one more round. So even if they win, we still need to go to the tiebreaker, while Sarah and Chilla can win with just a tie. And so it's going to be really, really important for them to be able to do that. Let's yeah. So once again, you have Phil and Patch who lost one and now tied one. In order for them to be able to get another round where they would be able to win, which would be a tiebreaker, they need to win this match. So even if they win this next match, that doesn't mean they win. That means they need to go to another match, and then the winner of that match would be the deciding. So Sarah and Chilla are looking for a tie here. Or like they can get away with the tie, while Patch and Phil need to have a win. And so it's going to be really, really important for them to be able to understand that. And just one more time, my production crew, can we just make sure that those guys know that they can start the game? So yeah, that was really great gameplay. When you have this extremely high level, competitors who know exactly what they're doing, who've been training with the things, it really is going to come down to just that one shot, that one melt to the face to be able to score that point, be able to hold back, and then not having it necessary to be able to make risk. I really do think that in order for Phil and Patch to win this next round, they really need to cooperate a lot better together, and they really need to start taking so much of that high risk going up in the front. It is paying off for them. Like it definitely is. I'm not saying it's not, but it's definitely not a strategy that you want to execute, especially if you have to do it. But especially for this last round, they need to just be super aggressive. And so I'm going to be putting them up right here because they need to just go out there because they need to win in order to tie at this point, and they know that. So a win will not be enough. Oh, great crossfiring there across the field. That was a really good move there on Phil's part. He's got really great aim. Oh, but there you go, Sarah coming over to the left and just eliminating him. She needs to go back for a heal. And and there we go. There's that heal by Chilla. Really well played. Once again, he's going to be able to make himself a space over to the right. He's crossfiring in that position again. And yeah, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to just become predictable in this game, because if you're taking the same positions and you're being open and you're tunnel visioning, it's going to be really hard for you to be able to make a comeback. So there we go. You have Sarah and Chilla over, both of them over on the right, on what's their left hand side, making sure to be able to make an attack. Phil is very low on energy. He's still going to just continue to apply pressure there on the end, and there we go with them scoring one more point. But this is unnecessary. He really doesn't need to take this risk, and that's exactly what happens when you are going up against the front line with your energy low. One shot is what gets you out, and you do not want to be doing that. Their heal game, I wish I could say it's strong, but if their heal game was a little bit stronger, they could put themselves in a position to not have to, make this really big risk and lose this very, very critical points, which, during the finals, these points are extremely critical. There you go. He's going to make contact there directly. He almost had her. She's really great at moving. She's really great at coveraging, and he's going to be going back and forth. But, Sarah is just, like, super deadly, so that's definitely not, before I would say he most likely had an advantage, but in this regard, she knows exactly what he's going to be doing. She's trying to guess where he's going. 3-on-3, there we go. Phil trying to shoot across the field. He's going to move into that center position and open down the center. And they need to be aware of that. They need to be aware of that. Yeah, there we go again with the 4. Especially this tower here. If you forget about it, if you're giving up this tower, you're gonna get shot. And the reason why is because this tower allows you to open in across this field direction from the back. So if you're moving towards the front, that means that you as a player are positioned behind the barrier here. But if you're in this position here, moving towards the front, you can just be shot from here, and that's what happened there in the corner. And so you don't want to give up those positions. This position here, they need to get it back, and you always need to be conscious of that position in this particular level, because it's super, super important not to give it up, because it allows you to open up down the center, and it allows you to open up at home, which is very, very, very dangerous, because your home position, your number 1 position, is a place that should more or less be safe for you to be able to go back and heal and regroup. But if you are giving up that position, and you don't have control of this very critical position that you have there, you are just open to be able to get a shot. You have Chilla there being hurt. She really needs to be able to get a heal, and there is. She's receiving it from Sarah. Really well done. It's 4-on-4. But like I said, in this situation, Sarah and Chilla, they just need to hold on to a tie, and that will make them the winners, and they know that. While Phil and Patch need to win this round to be able to have another opportunity. And there we go with the second kill. Once again, giving up this position here is just not the thing to do. No matter how good you are, you give up that position, you're gonna see yourself in trouble, and you want to get back. So yeah, she just wants to get back over there and get that position back. Yeah, right there, exactly. That's exactly what she wants to do. She just wants to focus on that position. If he's getting it again, she needs to get it again. Yeah, just don't lose that position. If you yeah, he's gonna keep on doing that. He's gonna keep on playing that game, and that's completely fine. But she's giving up that position again, and Phil's starting to shoot down their barriers, which means when they come back, they're not gonna have any, right? And so once again, there you go with the heal. He's moving to that third position. She just needs to regain it and keep control of it, because if she doesn't, her team member's gonna get shot in the back. Exactly, there we go. So they're both going to keep on pushing. You have Sarah over on the right-hand side, really attacking Patch. She definitely knows that is, relatively speaking, the weaker point than Phil would be. But nonetheless, Patch is putting up an incredible game. But he's really low on energy, and he knows this. He's most likely going to go back, ask Phil for a heal, and that's exactly what needs to happen here. So that's great gameplay by both of them. This is 6-5. Sarah and Chilla are controlling a significant amount of the map, at least laterally, and so this is not a good position for them to be in. If they score one more, Patch and Phil will lose this third place. So all Sarah and Chilla need to do in the next 20 seconds is score one more round, and all Phil and Patch need to do is not allow them to score. Yeah, now they're in a very difficult position. Sarah and Chilla are definitely going to just be playing that defensive position, and that's all they need to do to be able to win. 7 seconds with 5 seconds on the clock. They just need to cover, and that's exactly what they're going to do. They should just move into a cover position, and that's going to make it. Sarah and Chilla are the third place finalists from this competition. Congratulations to them. That was great performance, and like I said, it always going to come down with the last thing to that 1 point. You don't want to give up that 1 point. You want to defend your territory, and you want to go out there and smash people, and that's exactly what they did. Congratulations to the both of them. Unfortunately for Phil and Patch, the tie is not going to be enough, and so they are fourth place. Congratulations once again. Please, the technical team, let them know that is the case. We will be back after a little commercial break to watch the finals. Thank you so much for joining us. VR Experience Immersive Entertainment Center, our in Gloucestershire premiere, is a place where you are able to experience virtual reality you cannot get at home, such as driving simulators that are multiplayer for you to be able to have some fun races with your friends, and some other activities that they have there that you just are not able to get at home. If you are in that area, give this guys a visit. Their website is brxpuk.com, and they have really fun, engaging activities. Thank you, VR Experience, for sponsoring this event. Welcome back, everybody, to the final of the Mixed Cup. The Mixed Cup is a competition that we set up from BR Play Park here in the Czech Republic. BR Play Park is a theme park that we run, and this time we were fortunate enough to run this competition where we mix top players with new players to be able to form teams of two people to play against other teams that are just like them, so to have an even playing field to see who is able to take home the gold. And so after 1 month of people meeting each other, getting to know each other inside of the game, we have the freshest player, and I mean the freshest player in the league in the final, competing with the top player in the league in the final. So we have Flush Gogo and Alejandro. Flush Gogo is by far the best player in every single type of category there is, and he has been able to train and give tips to Alejandro that have made him and also just he's just naturally talented. Honestly, he's done super well in that previous match against Sarah and Chilla. He was the one to score that second point that really put him at a really high disadvantage for them to be able to come back, and so you have that team going up against two other players, that one of them which is very experienced, which is Pikpuk Pak. He's been part of every competition, placing really high in all of them, and Jejenati. And Jejenati has just been playing every single day. Every time I log in, I see him, and he's just been getting so good because he loves the game. He plays against bots if he has to, and that's really been upping up his level. He is now definitely not a fresh player by any means, and so what you're going to see tonight is a massive battle to control that center of the field, to not let go of that, and to not let go of those key positions that I was talking to you just this previous one. So they are going to be playing maze. The way maze works is that you have the outer part of the map, which is very important to control, but you also need to control that middle center of the map, and we're going to see just a massive battle going on here with two very particular and very interesting styles. Can Pikpuk Pak stand up to Flush Gogo, or can Jejenati's really aggressive style, especially in this map, do that? And I've played Jejenati in this map, and man, he is just super deadly. At this point, he understands all of the angles, and he's going to do whatever it takes to be able to get up there. But let's start this with Flush Gogo because his particular style of playing is so interesting to me. So he's going to just begin capturing, he's weaving, he's making sure to understand where the opponent is going. And that's one thing that's going to be really interesting that I've observed from him playing, is that he's always looking around. Like, he's always making sure that he understands where the opponent's coming from and where he's able to flank him from, and to not give up those positions. And so right off the bat, you're going to see this fight for control, which is right now, Ice is giving up some of the territory, and they do not want to do that with Flash Gogo, but he's already been struck, so he's going to have to go back, and that's exactly what I mean. See that? He's not even going to think about it twice. Flush gets like, if there's contact on him and it's heavy, and he will know by the amount of energy that he can see in the gun, or by how loud the contact is, he's going to go back. He's just not going to take that risk, and you're going to see that throughout and out. And already there, Pikpuk Pak up in the front with those really long distance shots, being able to make contact there. He knows the map really well, but they really need to get back of that. Yeah, exactly. They really just need to be able to control that. Being down 1 point, being up 1 point for Ice here is going to be really important. So you have them controlling the majority of the map. We're going to be able to check out Alejandro there, who's lost at this point 3-0. This is not looking very well for them, especially in this level of game, and that has to do with these two guys just being super accurate, so used to each other by this point, and like just really understanding what it is that needs to happen and not taking any risks. So there you have Pikpuk Pak number 2, right? So you have Pikpuk Pak number 2 and Jejenati number 1, and then you have Flush Gogo number 1 with Alejandro number 2 teaming up against them, just taking him out from both sides. That was really great coordination from the two of them, and Flush Gogo is definitely going to be pursuing that angle, and he knows he's going to be penetrating here on the right. He's going to be opening on those positions. He's going to try and lock the opponent, but he's not going to be able to because he's moving over to the right and he doesn't have that range. So there you go, Jejenati, and man, Jejenati is just so good at being able to move back and forth, but he's been hit, so he really needs that heal, and they should definitely not give up those points. So whatever needs to happen for Pikpuk Pak to come back and do that heal, that's exactly what they need to do. They need to just be able to coordinate a little bit. Jejenati is super good at covering, and he's also extremely fast and accurate. So he's able to just move into some positions so very fast. His speed in both shooting and opening, and also they're really good at guessing. That's another thing that I've noticed from him. If he sees you demonstrate a pattern in the field, he's gonna guess where you're going. He's not gonna shoot where you are. He's gonna guess where you're going, and he's gonna be able to get you. And that is super as a player, that's super difficult to avoid. deployed because you are just conscious of where you're going to go. But if you're moving into the next position and you don't see that there's basically, blast of energy going in that direction already, by the time you get there, it's too late for you to be able to cover because the shot's already there. You actually moved into the shot, and that's what you're going to see happening. But the other thing that you're going to see here that's going to be very important is Flush trying to block them out, and he's really, really good at that. So Flush is going to try and capture them, and then he's going to be able to move on them. And I don't think Kakarati has ever played Flush before, but he's definitely he really needs to watch out for this type of situation because that's his particular style. He's going to try and surround you, and as you guys can tell here, even though Ice is up by a significant amount, they are not controlling too much of the field, and I am not sure why that's the case. Oh, but there we go, one more time. They're doing a really good job defending their front line, and that's just great. I would definitely still say that they need to push up on some of those towers, but with 4-1, you're definitely going to see a little bit of a more aggressive style from Flush Gogo, which I don't think he's necessarily used to because he's used to just being ahead and winning. And so, I've never seen him act from a situation where he's having to go out there and make the risk, but I'm absolutely sure that he knows how to do it. You have there here, yeah, exactly. He was able to capture their Kakarati, and that's what you don't want to do. That was actually a really great gameplay for him. So you're going to see Flush Gogo going to some position, capturing you, and what I mean by that is, if you guys see here, this position here is completely surrounded by orange positions, and that's somebody being captured. And so you don't want to do that. Right now, also, Flush Gogo is beginning to take down the barriers, especially from this third position. And like I said, you don't want to give it that position. It's super deadly to give it that position, and you need to regain it back. So now you have them giving up. Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, when you give up these two positions and you're all the way up against the back, especially spawning, you're just in trouble. And yeah, you're just going to see those numbers rack up against Ice if they don't get themselves out of there. They really need to just make an effort to push up on one side or the other and get back this and that position. Just whatever they do, they need to get this position back. If they don't do that, they're going to get flanked. This position and that position are so key. You will hear me say that 100 times over because it's the position that everybody gets shot from. I see it over and over again. But now we're going to see, yep, they were up by a significant amount. They gave up that position, and that's exactly what I mean. This is typical of a Flush Gogo game. You are going to be up by a couple of points. He's going to push you up against the back. He's going to take the critical positions, and he's going to just smash you. So, yeah, that was really great gameplay from both teams. They were really up. But like I said, in this level of competition, controlling the environment, controlling your towers, controlling what it is that the field is doing, and coordinating with your team member is going to be absolutely important. You give up those key positions, you're going to get stomped on, period. It's just like, if nothing else, if you are up ahead, control the positions that are key. I will say this over and over and over again. And in this map is those two outer positions. You give those up, you give up your barriers, you give those up, you give up your cover, you give those up, you give up your points. So hopefully they're able to understand that that's going to be the case this time, and you're always going to get a situation where Flush Gogo is going to go around trapping people, and it's very frustrating when he does that to you because you're just sitting there and you know that he will start capturing the tower before you do, so he has a couple of seconds ahead of you. So even if you are going to try and get out by capturing some other tower, he's still going to jump into that position before you're able to get out and just get you. So at that point you will find yourself moving around trying to cover, and then his teammate comes from the back and is able to kill him, and that's exactly what they were able to do. Once again, watch here for map control is going to be fundamental to this game, and you don't want to give up this center piece. You just don't. And this one and that one. And see, once again, they are moving down the center over to the left, which is great strategy. But once again, they're giving up that position, and you don't want to do that. So yeah, just get that position back. Kakarati, don't let that go, because if you let that go and you let him penetrate, it's going to get bad. And you're going to get Flush Gogo coming back, and this is exactly what he's going to do. You notice here how he's not going to open fire? Like, he's only going to open fire when he has an angle on you, because he knows it's a waste of energy. So he's not going to open fire unless he knows he can get you. And so when he does that, he's able to charge the towers much faster than the rest of the teams, right? And so he's moving around, he's capturing the towers, he's not going to open fire unless he has a clear shot at you, and he is able to trap you. So once again, here we go. They're being pushed all the way to the back, giving up these critical positions, giving up this critical cover, and not being able to make it. Because from this position, to open fire in this position, it's impossible. If this player here, and I will show you what that looks like, If Flush Gogo, it's here, and this, you're not able to get him. It's just the angle at which you're shooting him, you're not able to get him. You're not able to get his gun. You're not able to clip him. So you opening fire in this position from this angles here is useless. It doesn't work. So he knows that. So he's going to be just focusing down the center and destroying those barriers there so that you don't have any cover. So once again, he's going to move into this position. He's going to take really good cover. He's going to begin shooting the position. And if you tunnel vision on him and just keep on opening, you're not going to be able to do anything. And yeah, unfortunately, this is looking very bad for them. They need to be able to push out on one side and then just continue to push out and be able to take on some of the angles. But yeah, it's typical, and it's just like that's what makes him. That's why he's the top player, because he's not gonna waste energy. He's very calculative in the way that he's gonna play. He's gonna make sure to put you in a position where you're unable to move, which makes you an easy target. And then when he's going up against you, he has more energy than you do because you're going around opening fire, wasting energy that you shouldn't be wasting, so he's able to have a higher rate of fire. And that's going to be really, really important in this game for anybody who's playing it to understand, is that you have this fire allocation, which is like part of your weapon. And the more energy that you have on your weapon, the faster you can charge the towers, the faster you can shoot. And so once again, he's going to move into this position here. He's going to open down the center, score some points, right? And then this is the only thing that you can do against him, is try and push him out from one side or the other and focus on that. Unfortunately, with 2 minutes 35 seconds, this is going to be a really hard battle, especially for how little of the field they're controlling all the way in the back here. And this is going to be they really need to push up on one side, try and get some of the skills. At about a minute here, I would say that they're going to take a more defensive position, and being 3 down is going to make it really hard for him to be able to do that. I really, if you're going to learn from someone in this league, it should be from this guy. Look at him, just no waste of energy, complete control of the map, complete understanding of where the opponent is, knowing where the opponent is going to move, trapping them over in the back without wasting any energy, right? And moving into a position that's going to allow him to move it. So there we go, trapped again, all the way up against the back. There's no barriers here. He's going to score a point right there. Yeah, he's going to score a point right there or clip him. And there you go. You have him there once again in the corner. There's nothing you can do from this position to get him out. It's impossible. And you need to realize that. And that's why you don't give up this position here. Because if you do that, you find yourself in a situation where you're just unable to get him out of that position unless you take risk. And so he's going to go over to the other side, heal his opponent, not give up any kills, continue to trap everybody in the back. And this is going to just be really, really difficult. At 5 points here ahead, yeah, Pickpocket and Kanate are going to have a really, really difficult time coming back, even with the heals, because they've given up so much of the field. They control so very little of it that their angles and their ability to move around the player and flank the enemy is just very, very limited. Yeah, with 6-0, and this is there we go. Pickpocket is trapped. So now he's going to be able to move, and that's the only thing you can do when he's in this situation. But he's able to move around you, right? So that was like just really great gameplay to watch right there. And here we go. We're going to leave it at that with Big Buck. He's going to be able to move over to the side. He's damaged a little bit, but at this point, with 44 seconds on the clock, being 5 down against that team, and you see there, this is great performance by Alejandro, by the way, with a 4-1, 4 kills and 1 out. Even after doing that trade right there, Alejandro with 4-1, that's just incredible for being the freshest player on the league, catching up this quickly and being able to just begin playing at such a high competitive level. I mean, he did most likely have he is playing with the best player in the league, but that also is just a testament to Gogo's ability to be a great captain and to give his player key strategic information that just makes him superior. And yeah, like I said, once again, for everybody from here on out, give up this positions here on the outside against Flash Gogo, and there's no way you're going to be able to come back. Congratulations to Flash Gogo and Alejandro for being the first prize winners of this competition. It was absolutely amazing to watch, and this is exactly what we want to see out of this competition. You have the freshest player in the league winning with the most advanced player, and that has everything to do with their coaching and their ability to communicate with each other really well. Congratulations to both of them. This is absolutely amazing. So yeah, 2 vs 2 Mixed Cup 2021 champions, Flush Gogo and Alejandro. Great, really great gameplay. That was absolutely amazing. Thank you everybody for participating. This was absolutely incredible, and do not disengage from us. We have an amazing announcement to make But we are going to keep you guys guessing a little bit. We are going to be cooperating further with the BR Nerds team, and we are going to continue to do this ongoing. We're trying to figure out a way to just continue to grow the community and allow other players to come into the teams that they are established. So just let us think about it strategically for a little bit so that that's able to happen. So as we go forward with the league, we're able to get more players to come into the league and basically be included into some teams. And then eventually, every week or every 2 weeks, we will have a mini tournament leading up to the grand tournament and the final. And this time, there's going to be some cash prizes for everybody to win. And then, once again, some really cool giveaways. Congratulations one more time, Flush, Gogo, and Alejandro, for your great and your amazing win. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next one. We will be announcing it here pretty soon. My name is Jorge Torales, communicating for you from BR Play Park in the center of Prague, Czech Republic. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys some other time.
VR Experience Immersive Entertainment Center, our in Gloucestershire premiere, is a place where you are able to experience virtual reality you cannot get at home, such as driving simulators that are multiplayer for you to be able to have some fun races with your friends, and some other activities that they have there that you just are not able to get at home. If you are in that area, give these guys a visit. Their website is brxpuk.com, and they have really fun, engaging activities. Thank you, VR Experience, for sponsoring this event.
Three, two, one.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We actually have an opportunity to interview the freshest player in the league, and this is sort of like the type of experience that we want to offer here at the park, and that is to invite you all at some point to come stay with us. So here at VR Play Park, we're right in the center of Prague, so it's the center of Europe, so it's actually very accessible and very affordable for everybody to come here. And on the top there behind you guys, when we were able to open, there's a hotel. And the hotel has about, I don't know, like 130 beds. And then we have the arena here for you guys to be able to experience it in hyper reality. But we also have a lot more room to be able to facilitate any type of device that you play with, right? So if you're playing with the index, we will have an index set up there for at least a team of four. And so we will be able to host you here and do this. And I hope Alejandro is playing what is basically the hyper reality version of the game. And him being the freshest player, I just want to ask him a couple of questions. Like what, never encountered the game. How would you describe the game to someone?
Well, if I've never played some kind of virtual reality game, paintballing, like somewhere that you're moving around, you're shooting around, you're not even making contact when you're shooting, you're just really shooting, moving around. So it's that active, to be honest. You feel the same sensation once
Yeah.
you're working on it.
This guy's
Yeah.
sweating, like
Like
and that
I just
yeah,
played for like
he's
an hour
yeah.
or less, and I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm extremely sweating.
yeah, it's
And
like a full-on workout, right?
definitely, you need to be actually moving, thinking on your feet, actually, on your pillar, on your floor. So really need to be focused on the game. And
And what
if you really guys wanna have a different experience than from if you're a gamer or you just want to have some kind of different fun, I would really highly recommend to come to VR Park here in the center of Prague.
Yeah, thank you so much. And man, what do you think about the about the tower attack community? Like now that you
Oh.
got to know like some of us, you played with the best player in the league, right? It obviously shows, and he was able to coach you a little bit. Like, what do you think from like everybody that you played with?
I think the Tower Attack community is a really friendly community. They really want to just have fun. I guess they really want to have like some nice competitions and just enjoy the fun of being in some kind of action. But like,
And and like the dynamics of the game, right? Like, what do you think is specifically, because I can say this a time because I played a lot and I love the game, but I have vested interest, but the teamwork, right? Like, and the
mhm.
communication. Like, what can you say about that? Like, from the time that you met Flash Gogo and how he was able to give you some tips. Like, what was that like?
Oh well, since I started playing at the beginning of the game, it was quite. I guess it was quite hard to get on it because you don't really get used to it. You know, you're standing in the middle of nowhere and you're just having a pistol. You don't even see your body or anything, but you know there's a pillar around you. So starting from the beginning, it was really just tough. But if you have a good teammate, like for example, Flash Go, who I had, well, he was really patient with me in a way that he was teaching me the best strategies and how to really handle the workout around the game, the
Okay.
gameplay. So, but definitely it's a communication game. You gotta be active, talking to your partner, so you can be moving around the map and
Yeah.
be aware of who's in front of you.
Cool. Thank you so much. And you know what? We will actually try and get an interview from everybody who was in the finals up and going for you guys. It's actually a great idea. Man, thank you so much.
Thank you very much for
Congratulations on the
inviting me.
win.
It was
And
amazing, guys.
yours goes to right now. Congratulations to the Mixed Cup 2021 champion. Great job, man. Being the freshest player and coming in here and just
This is
smashing
the
some of the
future,
top
guys.
players.
This is
Yeah.
the future of
Yeah.
gaming, guys. So
Cool.
I'm quite proud to be the first champion internationally.
Congratulations, my man. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.